Let's see. There you go. How's that? No audio. My bad. The chat took a minute here to catch up. My bad, guys. I thought I checked the audio before I started. Oh, my bad. I got it. We got the audio now. Should be working just fine. Should be super, super loud. Loud audio now. Here, I'll turn it down a little bit. There you go. All right. My bad, guys. So, let me start over. Tonight's live stream is about how to handle getting fired from an IT job. So I'll tell you guys my story on what happened with me. This was about 6 years ago now. I was working for a school district. I was in charge of their high school, and that was my baby. The high school had about 3,000 kids in it, about 500 or so devices, and that was my primary job. I helped support the rest of the district, which had there was like 9 schools in total in the entire district. It was freaking huge. But the thing about that job is that it was an hour and a half commute one way. So in total, I spent 3 hours in the car every single day. It's a very, very long day, a very long commute. Paid really well. The job that I had previous to that, I mean, I more than doubled my salary going to this new job. So an hour and a half commute was fine for the time being. However, in 2013, in April, my father passed away, and it took about a month and a half or so after my father passing that it really hit me, that it really kind of took a toll on me. And part of that taking a toll on me was driving an hour and a half one way just to go to work, and just being with your thoughts for that long, or me specifically, like it was just a lot. It was a lot to handle. So it eventually got to this point where I think children's are coming out here.
He won't stop crying yet.
Well, I just started the stream. Come here, buddy.
Like 15 minutes straight.
Come here. Come here. No, come here. Okay, get the ball and come here. Sorry, children. Have too many of them now. So anyway, it was a month and a half, 2 months or so after my dad passed away, and the commute was just a lot for me. It was a lot to handle. The job wasn't at all really that stressful. If I lived closer to work, it definitely wouldn't have been as much of an issue, I don't feel like. But it got to the point where in June, I stopped going to work. Like I couldn't handle it anymore. It was way too much for me to handle. Come here. Here, say hi to everybody. Look it. Go say hi. You want to see your face? Look it. Say hi. Go hi. Yeah, say hi. Good job. All right, be good. Sorry. So anyway, I stopped going to work because I was too depressed. It was too long of a commute, and honestly, guys, I just couldn't handle it. It was just too long in the car. So stopped going to work. I had a lot of time off saved up prior. So like a lot of June I missed work, and then July your days off refresh. So come July 1st, I had like an additional like month off, because working for school districts, you have some really awesome perks. And one of those things is like you get like 3 weeks paid time off, you get like a week's worth of vacation, and yada, yada, yada. So come July, I just started taking more days off work. I probably went to work like maybe 1 or 2 days a week. And then it finally got to a point where I knew it was coming. I knew I was going to get fired. I was hoping for it, quite honestly, just because of the position that I was in. You just take it out of there, buddy. And it wasn't until like September that I'd finally. What's wrong, dude? Get it out. You gotta take it out. Sorry. So yeah, it wasn't until September that I actually got fired, and he said it was a long time coming. there was lots of thoughts and feelings, emotions built around that because I knew that being fired from a job, at the time was like, well, this is going to be really bad for my career. And I didn't really think about it too much at the time, but I knew. I had that feeling. I had like just a few little thoughts about that. But at the time, like I just didn't care because I was so depressed and out of it. So, anyway, I got fired and I was off work for October, November, about 4 months total. And, in that 4 months, I wasn't even looking for a job, quite honestly. Like, I was on unemployment. I was trying to figure out what the heck I was doing with my life. And then come February, I had an opportunity that I applied for. And I knew what was coming in the interview. Like, I knew exactly what was coming because I put all my history down. The work that I did at the high school was relevant to my experience, and I had to put it on there. I wanted to put it on there. I didn't want to explain like a whole like year and a half worth of work or no work. Sorry, my son's bringing me basketballs here. I put it on there, and it was probably like 5 minutes in the interview, and the guy's like, "So why'd you get fired?" And I told him the story. I told him pretty much the same exact story I told you guys. It's too much for me to handle. Blah blah blah. Didn't go to work. Said I'm all better now. I'm eager to get back into work, and they hired me right there on the spot, basically. So the point of this story is that sometimes you guys are going to get fired, and you're going to get there's multiple reasons why you get fired. Some of those reasons could be really bad, and I could understand you guys not wanting to put that on your resume. Completely understandable. However, if there is an instance where you do get fired, where you have a perfectly reasonable response or answer as to why you were fired, you're going to have to get it, dude. You guys... Alright. I'm going to pause this real quick so I can take care of him. Hang on. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Got him with his mommy. So anyway, yeah, there's going to be times in your life where you get fired. It's a bad experience, and there's other times where you get fired for whatever reason. But there's a way that you can spin it, right? There's a way that you can use that being fired as obviously a learning experience. And I feel as though if there's any way that you can emphasize the fact that, you got fired, yes, okay, but it was a learning experience and here's why. Being fired from a job, not that big of a deal. People get fired all the time. However, in IT, if you get fired for malicious reasons, right? Say you get fired and then you delete a bunch of files from servers or shut down the network for whatever reason, that's obviously going to be really bad. And, sometimes it's better to explain a gap in work history than explain a bad working experience. However, I hope that if you guys were to be that malicious from getting fired, that you no longer want to work in this field. Because I guarantee nobody would want you. If you guys are burning bridges and getting fired because you're essentially just being a jerk or an asshole, excuse the French, don't work in this field. The thing about what you're going to find in today's world, right, is that news travels fast. And your history and the person who you are, that travels along with you, right? And the glories of the internet, the glorious internet, right, it provides a history for everybody. Everybody has kind of a history somewhere. And it's really easy to put pieces together on somebody's past, on where they've been, their work experience, etc., etc. Don't try to obviously don't ever try to cause a huge issue in your work environment that would get you fired for negative and really bad reasons, right? Because you're just being malicious. That's kind of what I want to highlight, like, really hard. But you guys are going to get in arguments with your bosses. Maybe you fly off the handle and you get fired because of that. That's perfectly acceptable. People will understand that. Like, people you interview with will understand if you got fired because you spoke out too much, or sometimes they'll understand that. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes they won't. But being honest about it and emphasizing in these interviews your learning experience from that will greatly help you. Don't beat yourself up too much if you get fired and you know that it's a bullshit reason. I see a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people have really unfortunate things happen to them, and getting fired could be one of them, and being fired can definitely not necessarily ruin your career, but definitely slow your career down in many ways. But it's all about what you do after you get fired. Again, emphasizing that learning experience, but improving yourself after that. Here's the things that you can do, or here's things that you could do to improve your life, your history after getting fired. Studying for different certifications and passing those certifications are going to be greatly helpful to you after getting fired. Doing any type of different trainings and things like that you can put on your resume. Volunteer work. That's what people are going to be looking for you after you have that negative mark in your history. They're going to look to see what you have done after being fired, after losing out on an experience like that. So, I apologize if this live stream is a little bit wacky or whatever, but like, this earache just hit me like literally like an hour ago. I'm like dying right now. So my thought process is just like out the freaking window. So that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about with you guys a little bit tonight. Don't ever let getting fired ruin who you are, ruin your career, and ruin your goals. Because, like I said, sometimes you get fired for bullshit reasons, and there's nothing you can do about it. Except, well, I mean, there are things you could do about it, like I just mentioned, but always just remain professional, remain true to yourself, and always try to improve yourself. So, anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to cover with that. And again, my apologies, because with my son interrupting the stream and everything, and the mic not working in the beginning, I should just quit YouTube altogether, because I completely failed. I should get fired from YouTube. Maybe I'll learn from my experience. I should have learned from the last time I streamed from this. But anyway, if you guys have questions in the chat, now's the time. Now's the time to ask those questions, and let's talk about getting fired, and let's talk about getting jobs. If you guys are unaware, I'm currently doing a challenge on LinkedIn. It's the Get Hired Challenge. I would encourage you guys to go find me on LinkedIn. It's linkedin.com/in/IamNerdy. That's my profile URL. And .com/in/IamNerdy. Find me on LinkedIn. Join the challenge so that you guys can try to get out there. Hopefully get a job. Larry, thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. And Dakota, thank you as well. I saw your chat earlier. I apologize. But thank you. I appreciate that, guys. And Larry said earlier, never worth it to compromise your own personal professional integrity if you remain unprofessional, or if you remain professional and have the skills, your former employer's loss will be your new employer's benefit. Absolutely right. So let's start going through questions. So now's the time to ask if you got them. Let's go. Let's do this. I don't know why my link didn't post. Huh. That's so weird. I don't know why my link's not posting in the chat. that's weird. It won't let me, linkedin.com/n/I'm nerdy. No, it will not let me post links today. I don't know why. Grant Collins. So, that's a great question. Random question. What's the objective for Cyber Soda? So, Cyber Soda is a channel that me and my good friend Josh Davis just started. We'll have a formal announcement on that soon. And it's just going to cover different security topics. We're going to break down just events happening within security. We're going to talk about different security objectives. He has a long history in the cybersecurity field, so he's going to provide more of a high-level overview on different security topics that we go into, and I'm going to provide more of like that entry-level or low-level type of view, and we'll basically talk about how we both see different events happening, see different issues happening, and try to explain them in a way that everybody can understand. Sorry. So it's really just about talking cyber. And Cyber Soda, and we picked that name because there's so many different varieties of sodas out there, just like there's so many different areas within cybersecurity. So, yeah, that's what Cyber Soda is about. It's just breaking things down and just talking about security. Just because we both enjoy it and we get a lot of information on it all the time. We're always reading different things, and anytime I'm on the phone with them, we're always talking about something different. So we just decided that we would try this out and see what happens. So we've done like 2 episodes so far. We'll see what happens as we go further. Let's see. What happens if after you get fired, you change the code in an app so that it doesn't work properly anymore? You're a jerk. That's what happens. And if that were to be apparent, and that would be, people knew about that, you would probably never get hired again. Nickel Sar. Let's see. You've been marketing yourself in past A+ and Security Plus, LinkedIn, Dice, etc. You've had multiple recruiters call you. Today, one asked for your birthday and last 4 of your social. Is that normal? That is absolutely not normal. I would never give any recruiter that type of information. Ever. Ever. Ever, ever. You guys really have to be careful with recruiters sometimes, because there are a lot of bad recruiters out there. Soul Unison 20. How long should you take to study for the A+ exam before taking it? As long as you feel like it takes you to retain that information. Go over the practice tests that are out there, because there's tons of practice exams out there for the A+. And once you've passed those more than a few times, I would say you're probably safe to go and take it. But everybody's different. Everybody learns differently. So it could take you a month. It could take you a couple weeks. It could take you 5 months before you're ready to take the A+. Let's see. What's my opinion on the A+ 900 series versus the new Core series? Seems like the new Core series shows A+ finding one to be taken seriously. It seems like they cover a lot more than they used to. Christopher Burkhouse, that's absolutely right. I definitely feel like CompTIA raised the bar with the new A+. They've really put in a lot more objectives that make sense to today's IT world. So yeah, they did a phenomenal job. Let's see. Graham Army question: what IT field is best suited for owning your own small business? Currently, you own a small heating AC company, but you're getting older, you're disabled vet, and climbing through attics is rough. for owning your own small business, there's not really anything that's best suited. Um, if you want to start your own home business, you have to basically, if you don't have a lot of experience in IT, avoid entering into businesses or business contracts as your own small company, because if you don't have the experience, you should never be servicing any business whatsoever. However, to get started with your own small business in IT, servicing residential customers is going to be your best bet. So learning how to remove viruses and reinstall Windows and backup data and reinstall keyboards and laptop screens and replacing phone screens and stuff like that, that would probably be all right. But starting your own IT business it's definitely not for everybody. And having a lot of experience is definitely going to be your best bet for helping businesses or larger organizations. Edgar, any advice in going for security, meaning certs besides Security Plus? Yeah, it depends on what type of job you're looking to get in security. What do I think about Pluralsight? I think Pluralsight is awesome. I think Pluralsight's a great resource. I mean, they're all really good resources, and I mean, not all. I mean, a lot of them are really good resources, and a lot of them offer free trials. So my best advice to you is to try multiple of these resources and find which one suits you best. So go join Pluralsight for free, and IT Pro TV for free, and Cybrary, and all these. Try them out. See how you like it, and then sign up for the one you want. Any other IT cyber YouTubers I recommend following? You already follow Dwan, IT Career Skills Network Chuck. Grant Collins, do you follow Grant Collins? He was in the chat. Where are you at, Grant Collins? I would follow Grant for sure. There's Hacker Exploit. That's a good channel to follow for security. What do I think about the Server Plus exam? I think the Server Plus exam is a great entry level exam to take to really get the fundamentals of different servers and how they operate. That's not a good explanation. I feel like crap. But no, the Server Plus, I mean, CompTIA puts together, amazing certifications, and all their certifications are aligned with specific careers. I should not be streaming right now. I just keep getting like worse and worse. But yeah, Server Plus is definitely a great starting point to understand servers. Oh my gosh. Okay. I am going to end the stream, and I apologize, but I really feel like utter crap. And as I keep talking, my throat just keeps getting drier and my ear keeps like pulsing. So, my apologies. We'll do this again another night, of course. Maybe tomorrow if I'm feeling better. But yeah, my deepest apologies for sure, guys. Join me in the next stream. We'll answer all of your questions and try to tackle whatever you guys are looking for help with. I can't even talk. Oh, anyway, you guys take it easy. I'm going to go rest because I feel like